Hey everyone. Today I wanted to go over some commands on Git so that you can navigate through Git and just be confident in the tool and not have to be afraid of it or making a mistake because it's pretty complicated and it's easy to make. And when I was learning, it was definitely a pain point. So I want it to make it easier for you folks. So let's get started. In this directory, we just have a README and a lib folder, and inside the lib folder, we have a person. So let's say, for example, that we are expanding on this person class, and we wanted to say like, oh, okay, let's have them say their name when they greet someone else, or when they greet you as the user. So I'm just gonna we made some changes to the class. It doesn't really matter what we did, but the important part is this. So if I do git status, you can see that I made a change to this person. And so what this is telling you is that this is the changes that you made. If you remove a file, for example, README, and I do ls, you will see that the README file is no longer there. And if I do a git status, it'll tell me, hey, you deleted README. And so sometimes you'll do things that you don't intentionally want to do. For example, this is a perfect example. I didn't want to really change the README. I just did that, for example, or maybe by accident. So the magic keyword in our case here is going to be checkout. And this can be kind of confusing because checkout is also the command that you typically use to create a new branch. But if you don't pass it that -b flag, it will actually unstage or redo any file or any changes that you made that are not staged. So if I hit enter and if I do git status, you'll see that the deleted README file is no longer there. So let's say, for example, I did this pretty hastily. Let's say I removed it. Let's go git status. Let me clear out my terminal screen and do a git status again. And let's say, oh, I'll just commit everything. I know what I'm doing. Great. And when you do git status again, just to make sure, you should always do this before you commit, to make sure that you know what you're committing. And you see this deleted folder, deleted file. And really, we don't want to commit this file. Shucks, we made a mistake. If I try to do git checkout README, it's going to actually give me an error because it's saying that README did not match any files known to Git, which is kind of weird. Like it's right there. I was able to do it when it wasn't staged. So what? So the reason, actually, I don't know the reason, but what you have to do is you have to unstage this file before you can check it out. How to unstage a particular file, the magic keyword is reset. And if you just pass it the file, version working tree. Oh, I'm sorry. Git reset -- and then the file name. Now it says unstage changes made after reset. So if I do git status, here you can see now that the deletion has been unstaged. And now we can go ahead and check it out. Oops. And now if we do a git status, it's no longer going to be there. And if I do ls, ta-da, the file is back. So that's really cool. So let's say, for example, I didn't do a git status before I committed, and I went ahead and committed this. Have person. What are we doing now? Here's another thing. I obviously completely forgot what I did. So if I do a git diff, that will only show you the diff on the files that you any changes that you made to a file that have not been staged. So here there's nothing that has not been staged. So everything is staged. So if I do a git diff, I get nothing, right? And that's kind of irritating. So actually, if you pass it a flag called cache, you'll get the diff of everything that is staged. So here we are. We deleted the README file, and then we made some changes. And so, okay, so clearly, what I did was I gave the person the ability to say hi with their name. So gave person ability to say hi with. Great. So that's bad, right? Because now I don't have a README anymore, and that's gonna suck. So how would you fix this, right? I guess you could create another README and go ahead and create the file again, and et cetera, and you have to remember what you wrote, or if it's part of your program, it's going to be really difficult for you to have to remember everything, or it's going to be a real pain. So what we can do is we can look at the history of our commits. And here's doing git log will just kind of give you a commit message like this. There are two nice key letters to press. If your commit history is longer than your terminal window, you can press Z, and that'll page your commits down. And then once you're finished, you can hit Q, and that'll exit you out of this this window. So we wanna actually go back in time, and we want to not only save the changes that we made to the person class, but also bring back the README, right? So what we're gonna do is, okay, so when was the last time that we had our state in a good, when we had our code in a good state? And that was in this commit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this hash. I'm gonna hit Q, and then what we're gonna type is git reset -- soft, and then paste the hash that we just typed in, that we copied from the git log. So once I hit that, you'll see that my branch will return to being dirty. I'll do a git status, and ta-da, here's my README again, and here's the changes that I made to person. So if I just go ahead and unstage the README, and here I can show you that it's not in my lib, it's not in my directory right now. If I if I unstage it, and then I check it out, you'll see that it's back in my lib. If I do git status, the exact file that I wanted to commit is there. So I just could do a couple up arrows. Actually, I have a just search the history, git commit, and gave person the ability to say hi with name. Perfect. Okay. So if we do our git log, we have the correct commit message, and we still have our README. That's it. So let's say we continue down this path here, and we write a bunch of code that it's really experimental, and we're not really sure if it's going to work or whatever, right? And we commit that. We say, okay, add some experimental code. Not sure if it's going, not sure if it will work. Okay. Obviously that's not going to work. This is going to throw a fat error because Ruby cannot understand what you're trying to tell it, and it's just going to freak out. So what we can do is we can reverse our history. But since we know that this isn't something that we want to do, we can choose a different flag that will just get rid of everything that we just committed. So that flag, and this is going to be the same command, but a different flag. And instead of soft, we're going to do hard. So the difference between the soft and hard flag, hard will just go back to in time to this commit. And it'll erase all of your work. It'll erase all of your commits. And it's as if you just went back in time. Whereas soft will just erase your commits, but it'll keep your work. And so that's the main difference between hard and soft. So we did git commit hard, reset hard. If we do a git log, we'll see that we're back at the commit that where we gave the person the ability to say hi. And if I reload Vim, I will get the file without all that nasty code. So that's a really nice way of reverting back into your history. And yeah, so you can go ahead and experiment and make mistakes. And let's say you can experiment in that way, make commits, and not have to worry about making mistakes. Let's say for whatever reason, our experiment is exactly what we wanted, and we want to go back to the changes and have all the nasty FFFR like A and blah 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 blah, right? Well, if we do a git log, we'll no longer see that commit anymore, which creates a huge problem because, well, like, how do I get back to a place where git log has completely forgotten about? And the answer to that is a different command, not log, but reflog. And reflog will, the reflog is pretty much the do all log. It shows you all of the checking out and commits and checking out and all of the commands you ever entered into your Git history. So what we're looking for is this commit, right? We said, okay, we're going to commit, and then we're going to add some experimental code. Not sure if it's going to work. The hash here is a little shorter, but it'll still work. And so from here, what we can do is do git reset. Not sure if we can do soft. Let's try it. And we can do a soft. Oh, okay. So soft will, let's see if I do a git log. Yeah. And there's that diff dash. Great. And there's that code again. So actually what it did was it moved me forward to this commit, but it didn't actually change the files. So if I reload this file, I still don't have my experimental code, which is not what I want. So actually, moving forward, it's safe to use the hard flag. So if I just do a git reset hard, and you can totally do this even if you're on that commit that you want to reset to. Here's that commit we reset to, and if I reload my Vim file, there's all that nasty code that my experimental code that I wanted to bring back. So hopefully that gives you enough tools for you to confidently navigate through Vim. You can now commit. You can now add things to staging, remove things from staging, reset or check out the file back to the original state. You can confidently navigate through your Git history so that you can go back to the original commit, and you can have some confidence in that. Oh, wait a second, I really didn't want to go all the way back in time. Let me go back to where I started, which was adding the experimental code. But actually, we don't want that because the experimental code didn't work. So let's go back to where we gave the person the ability to say hi, because that was a good commit. And oh, oops, I copied the wrong thing. Happens sometimes. Add person, this is the one. reset hard, give the person the ability to say the right name, and ta-da. And so just to give you proof again, I'm going to do that one more time just so that it doesn't look like I'm pulling any kind of magic trick on you. If I do ls, you can see the readme and the lib here. If I do ls lib, oops, that is not the lib, right lib. You'll see the person, git reset hard, back to the original commit. If I do ls, I don't have the lib, I don't have the person class. I'm freaking out right now because all my code is gone, but wait a second. Here's reflog to save the day. Here's the commit that I wanted, and we can just reset back to that commit, and ta-da, there's the lib. I don't know why I keep doing that. And there's a person, and if I open Vim and person, there's that person class again. So great. I hope that this helped you out a little bit and gave you some confidence in navigating Vim. Love to hear some feedback, comments or whatnot. Thanks for watching.